Here's a riddle for you. I'll give you 3 clues. Can you guess what I'm talking about? It's round, white and fluffy. That's clue 1. It's often found on breakfast tables. That is clue number 2. And little babies are fed this. That's clue number 3.
Is it a sweet?
No, it's not a sweet.
Is it idli?
Yes, it is idli. I wonder, what do you think of idli? Do you think idli is something that started and originated in South India?
No. I think it originated in Italy because idli.
The World Food Day is around the corner, and we thought on this podcast channel, What's New Today? How about we explore a very common and a much beloved food item for Indians, the idli, and its origin story. This is Sangeeta, your host from India, and joining me in this episode is
Trai, I am from grade 7. I live in India.
Hi Trai, do you love idli?
Yeah, I do love idli. Like, I ordered a lot in every restaurant. I love it.
Oh wow, and what do you have idli with?
Chutney, white color chutney. But I don't like the green and orange because it's spicy and I don't like spice that much.
Oh, you don't like the colored chutneys because they're spicy. So I've got 3 stories for you, and at the end of these 3 stories, I'd love to hear your views of what you think is the most probable place the idli came from.
Okay.
The first story. There are some historians who think that the idli originated from Egypt in Cairo. In ancient India, a lot of Arab traders used to come, sell their wares, and they'd go back. So during these journeys, when they came to India, they were very strict about the food that they ate. So the Arabs, while they were open to eating non-vegetarian food, there is a certain kind of non-vegetarian food called halal, which is what is accepted by their religion. And they were not sure if the food that they were able to get, the non-vegetarian food that they were able to get in India, followed those strict halal rules. So what did they do? They brought rice balls that they had made from their own homes, and they rolled them and they brought them on their ships, and they would eat them with coconut paste. Does that sound like the ancient origin of an idli to you?
Okay, the idli is made of rice batter and the chutney is made of coconut paste. So yeah, it sounds pretty familiar.
Does, right? So here comes the second competing story. This is a story of a lot of Indonesian kings. 1000 or 1200 years ago, there used to be a lot of Hindu kings in Indonesia. And these Hindu kings had relatives and cousins and even some good friends in India. So I believe these kings often used to travel between these two countries, like our summer vacations, I guess. Each time they traveled to India, they used to bring their own cooks from their land. And the Indonesians used to make a steamed dish made with fermented rice batter called kedli, Kedli. And when their cooks came to India, and when they came and spent a few months here, sometimes the Indonesian kings even found brides for themselves. When they were staying here for an extended period of time, these cooks taught the cooks in South India how to make their kedli, Kedli, and maybe that name changed.
It is very possible that the idli came from Indonesia as well, because idli is made from fermented rice batter and it is steamed, and the name kedli could have changed into idli because it happens a lot of times. For an example, the name Hindus, this name came from the Egyptians who called the river Indus in Hindu, And since we Indians who lived near the river Indus traded with the Egyptians, they called us Hindus, like the Hindus people. When the Egyptians traded with the Greeks, they told the Greeks that we traded with the Hindus. You know that? They're so nice people. And the Greeks also started calling us Hindus, and soon it changed into the name Hindus. That's how we got our name. Wow! So I think the name Kedli could have also changed to Idli over time.
Oh wow, I didn't know that the word Hindus had become Hindu at some point in time. Okay, so I can see that you do vote for the Indonesian story also. So there is an equal possibility, as you can see, that the food came from either Egypt or Indonesia. Right? Here's the third story. There are some Gujarati traders who claim they brought steamed and puffed and fermented white color batter, rice batter, and they used to make idlis. What do you think of this story?
I don't think this is possible because the Gujaratis are legendary for making everything sweet around them. And I don't think idli is sweet at all. Like, there's no sugar or jaggery put in it when it's made. So no, I don't think Gujaratis did it.
Yeah, I guess. So let's leave the vote to our listeners. Trai seems to have ruled out the Gujarati origin story, but what do you think? Where do you think idlis originated? Did they originate from Indonesia or from Egypt? Historians are a little divided on that, and I'd love to hear your opinion. If you're listening to this on Spotify, if you could just scroll down below your show notes, you'll find a question and a little button called reply right next to it. Do leave your answer to this question there. If you're listening to this on any other podcast platform, please do write to me at hello@wsnt.in, and I'd love to hear what your opinion is. Let's wrap up today's episode with our quiz time. Question 1. Trai thinks that people of a certain community make almost all their food sweet. Which community does Trai refer to? Or do you refer to Trai?
The Gujarati.
Question 2. The Indonesians used to make a certain kind of a boiled or a steamed food made with fermented rice batter. What did they call this food?
They called it Kedli.
Question 3. The Arab traders who came to India were not very sure if they could get food the way they wanted. What was it that they were looking for that they were unsure that they would get in India?
Their religion prohibits them from eating any non-veg made the wrong way. The way they make it is called halal. And they weren't sure if they would get halal food here.
Wonderful! It was awesome chatting with you, Trai. I hope you had fun. Did you?
Yeah, a lot of fun. I hope to chat with you again.
I'm sure we will. That's it from us today. We'll be back soon with yet another episode. New episodes on this channel are dropped every Monday and Friday.
Thanks for listening.